Welcome to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. Tonight, Video Productions presents the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 Volleyball Tournament. It's Game 1 of the best 3 out of 5 set for the match. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry. Morgan Brown will join us in a minute. But for the moment now, we have Rusty Udy from Loot Press. And Rusty, you are here. This is a 3-team tournament. Beckley's the top seed. It was Oak Hill the 2 seed and Riverside the 3 seed. It's double elimination. So in the first match, the best 3 of 5, Riverside able to get the broom out on Oak Hill and win all 3 matches, or all 3 sets, I should say, 25-22, 26-24, and 25-23. So it's going to be a long night of volleyball, double elimination. I know you cover a lot more volleyball in the regular season than what I've been able to see. So, Rusty, let's get your impressions on these teams we're getting ready to see here on Video Productions and some other teams in the area that maybe we haven't had a chance to cover.
Well, we kind of expected, you know, what we saw with Oak Hill and Riverside's about what we expected. They split the regular season, and the matches were always really tight like that. Riverside kind of controlled the first 2. I mean, I know they were tight, but they were kind of in the lead the whole time. But down the third one, Oak Hill kind of had an advantage on them, had about a 5 or 6 point lead, but Riverside came back and won that. So you kind of wonder in this format, the way it's set up, though, if this is not maybe – I mean, it's double elimination, and when you're facing a team as good as Woodrow is, you know, if Riverside does lose, they're going to play 3 straight matches, and Oak Hill's going to rest between the 2. So you kind of wonder how that's going to play out. But, of course, you know, Woodrow does have to take, you know, control of this match. But Woodrow's playing really good right now. The thing I've always noticed with Bree Rhodes' teams is they always start from, you know, a lower point and peak at the right time. She's great at that.
And, you know, Rusty, it's really, I guess, I don't know, odd or funny you say that, because the very first game of the season, I had the pleasure of calling Beckley against Morgantown in Shady. Yep. And, yes, Morgantown is very good. And Beckley knew they were going to be good to start the season, but you're right. Since that date, way back in August, which seems like forever ago, and the games that I've seen since then leading up now to the postseason, Beckley has gradually gotten better and better. Yeah,
and you know, you kind of use that Parkersburg tournament as a barometer. And there's a lot of good teams at that tournament. Beckley's won the Parkersburg Spooktacular. They've won it 3 years in a row now, and that kind of jumpstarts them into the postseason. And they're just really dominant at the net. I mean, and they got good blockers. They've got some really good hitters. I mean, Celia Harris is easily a first-team All-Stater. Abby Dillon, easy first-team All-Stater. I mean, they really have some talent on this team, and it's going to be a huge task for Riverside or Oak Hill to try to beat them.
In the games that I've had an opportunity to call, and this will be my 5th Beckley volleyball game this year here on Video Productions, the one thing, and all those players you talked about, Beckley's best players have really been their best players.
No doubt, and that's what you want, especially at this time of the year. You know, you want them to be playing, you know, at their best. Good thing about it is you know, they're much deeper than just those 3 or 4 that we mentioned. You know, they have a very solid back row. I mean, they receive the ball well, they move it, they pass it well, and of course, when you're passing it to Abby Dillon, you're going to get a really good set out of it. So, you know, they've got all the components, and you know, actually, it's funny. I kind of watch Bree walk around, and it's maybe the most calm I've ever seen her. You know, she just kind of, you know, got everything under control and has got the team where they wanted. They just have to perform now.
Rusty, you know as long as I know, and we've been doing this a long time covering sports, she might have the look like she's calm, but inside,
right. Oh, yeah,
her
she's
nerves
bubbling.
Are like twisting and turning.
Yeah, she's
Rusty,
bubbling.
We appreciate you taking the time. I know you're here to cover for Loot Press, and we're getting ready to get this first set of the best 3 of 5 underway. Appreciate you stopping by for a little bit.
Glad to do it.
Thank you very much. That's Rusty Udy. I'm Maris Lowry, getting ready to start this Class 4A Region 3 Section 2. Now, the way it's set up, like I said, there's 3 teams. Beckley was the top seed. Oak Hill, number 2. Riverside, number 3. So Oak Hill and Riverside played the best 3 out of 5. It's double elimination. And as I mentioned, Riverside won in a sweep 3 sets to none, 25-22, 26-24, and 25-23. So now this is the best 3 out of 5 between Beckley and Riverside. The team that loses this match will play Oak Hill in an elimination match, and then the winner of that has to come back and play the winner of this, if that all makes sense. Morgan Brown is on her way. She will join me when we get started. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Glad you're with us here tonight at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. Getting ready to get you started between Beckley and Riverside. So the team's coming out, and this is something that I have learned over I guess, between last year and this year in calling volleyball, the traditional pregame handshake as the girls meet at the net or right there below the net. And while we got a minute, we'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Michael Frobel for Judge. Michael Frobel is a candidate for the circuit judge in the 2nd Division. Michael is proud to support the student athletes of Raleigh County, and he would be proud to serve as your circuit judge. And, of course, Election Day comes up on Tuesday. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal hiring right now. They offer a no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. You can apply for a job with Infinity Coal. You can apply online at the Facebook page at United Coal Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia. We're ready to go. Beckley will be wearing the maroon uniforms with the white numbers and the black shorts. And I don't really know. I don't know if you want to call that tie-dye. I really don't know exactly what you call that Riverside is wearing, but obviously they're the opposite team wearing the pink and purple. We're ready to go. Abby Dillon is set, and we are ready to get game, or I keep calling it a game. I know it's a set. Set number 1 of the best 3 of 5, and we're underway from Beckley as Abby Dillon serves it up, and we're ready to roll. And the point will go to Beckley as Riverside, when they knock that across the net, out of bounds. So Beckley scores first, and they go up 1-0. There's Abby Dillon with the serve. Riverside at the net there with Riley Smith. And the point to Beckley. This is set 1 of the best 3 of 5. Here's Abby Dillon to serve again. And across the net, Morgan Brown will join me momentarily. Molly Smith at the net. We'll get Morgan situated, and she'll help get me situated here momentarily. All right. Abby Dillon with a nice set and a nice play at the net by Riverside. Beautiful play, getting the ball out of the net by Harris of Beckley. And we've got in the net and the first point of the night there for Riverside. So we welcome in Morgan Brown.
What's going on?
Well, I guess I can congratulate you on the air, right? That you are engaged,
right. Yep.
And you are Morgan Brown now, but soon to be Morgan Payne.
Yep.
That you will be inflicting pain, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
And off the court.
Well, Morgan, we appreciate you getting here as quick as you can, and you got here just as we've into the game here, and the game is tied at 2. So we're all even up at 2 apiece. We've got Morgan all situated. This is the first set of the best 3 of 5. Ball out of bounds, and Beckley regains the lead. So, Morgan, let me give you a chance to catch your breath, kind of settle in a little bit. I appreciate the liquid refreshments.
Yep, no problem. I told them unsweet. Is it
yeah,
unsweet?
It is unsweet because, you know, as sweet as I am, I would overdose if it was sweet. I know you'd laugh at that, right? Ball out, the bounds, the point to Beckley. So how was your day today? Good, I hope?
Good, yeah, good. Didn't have kids, so we just talked to parents that we needed to talk to, and everything went well. So.
For those who don't know, Morgan is a middle school teacher here in Raleigh County, and they had the parent-teacher conference here today, so that's why Morgan was hustling, running a little late. That's okay.
That shady really didn't know. Fun to deal with.
Yeah, and Morgan, we really didn't know what time that these matches were going to get started. But I'll get you caught up on what's already transpired as Beckley able to score. In the first match, the best 3 of 5, Riverside, they were able, as we watched the replay, they swept Oak Hill 25-22, 26-24, and 25-23. So this is a double elimination, so that puts Oak Hill in the loser's bracket as there's a point to Beckley, and they've opened up a 6-2 lead. So, and there's a timeout. So that'll give us a chance to get caught up, Morgan, and a chance for you to catch your breath and let you kind of know, like I said, how the format's going to work. Like I said, 3 teams. Beckley was the top seed. Oak Hill was the 2 seed. Riverside the 3 seed. So 2 and 3 played, which we mentioned, and it was a sweep by Riverside, 3-0. So this is the best 3 of 5, as they all are. The loser of this will take on Oak Hill in a elimination match, and then the winner of that has to come back and beat the winner of this twice. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I knew you would. I knew you would understand that.
Yeah.
All right. So out of the timeout, Beckley in front. Jeffrey set to serve this one. It's one of the senior leaders for the Beckley team. Abby Dillon keeps it alive. Nice job by Wrist to get it over the net for Beckley. And Riverside had a little trouble that time. Morgan trying to get the ball over the net, got kind of caught up in the net.
Should have just dinked it over, but I think she just got lost in where she was. Didn't want to go over that middle line. Yep.
So there's the serve by Jeffrey, and a little too strong that time.
Yep.
So this is the first set of the best 3 of 5. Beckley in front 7-3.
Great serve by Riverside.
Yes. Jeffrey able to handle that too. Coleman able to get it over the net. Nice play that time by Riverside at the front of the net. That time that play was made by Campbell.
Good tip by Harris. On the replay. Right over the blockers' heads.
Yep.
Riverside looked a little frustrated after that one.
So Harris with the serve. Here's Campbell with it across the net. You can tell that the coaches, Beckley played volleyball, how they stuck out their, they didn't catch it like I would have caught it, how they stuck out their arm to like, they were ready. As Riverside gets the point on that.
Good serve.
Abby Dillon with the set. Nice
Another
play.
tip.
Yes. Coleman just ball right in between all the players for Riverside.
It's a wide open hole right behind the blocker. Riverside might need to adjust.
And we always talk about it in the previous games, Morgan, that you and I have done, is how important it is to get off to a good start and build that lead. And that's what Beckley's done here in this first set. Of course, communication is so important.
Especially in volleyball. It's not just one person out there. She was trying to go for that little tiny spot over there.
Try to hit it where they ain't, and that time just a little strong. Yep. Once again, this is class of 4A Region 3 Section 2 volleyball. We are at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Mara Slaughter with Morgan Brown. Once again, that's a nice play at the net for Beckley. Hassan with the play.
She just has such a good approach. She knows exactly where she wants the ball, knows exactly where to hit it at.
Kendra Bailey set to serve it now for Beckley. Riverside unable to get the ball over the net. That's Carson, Kylie Carson couldn't finish to get it over the net. So here's Bailey set to serve.
Good opportunity. Wow, what a kill.
Once again, Hassan strong at the net.
Wouldn't want to be up against the net against her.
No. That looked like you against me in pickleball, right? That looked like the famous brown spike in pickleball, right? Now, Beckley and Riverside did not play in the regular year, so this is the first meeting this season. And Beckley's opened up now an 8-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the match in this set. Nice job by London Baker, and Beckley able to get the point again.
Great hit by Molly Smith, the freshman.
Yeah, she's played really well, and that's, the one thing with this Beckley team, you have Molly Smith, the freshman, you have Kendra Bailey serving the freshman. They have played really well, regardless of being as young as they are. They have really stepped up and played well for Bree Rhodes.
It just shows that Beckley's going to have a pretty good team in the coming years.
And that time, that's a little too strong, and it goes out of bounds, the point over to Riverside. So it'll be Riverside's turn to serve. And serving things up will be Aubrey Roberts. And the point will go to Beckley. So we'll retrieve the ball, and it'll be London Baker. Riverside sets it up. And once again, Harris. Harris has been so dominant, not so far just in this first set, but in all the other games that Morgan, you and I have done throughout the season.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely a memorable player. Good recovery.
It was for Riverside, able to get it across.
Miscommunication on Beckley's side.
Yeah. So for Riverside, it'll be Allie Nelson set to serve. Nelson is ready. Good play by Bailey.
The freshman, good job hitting it and getting it out of the way.
And once again, you know, you just get the ball up there, and Beckley's whirls on the front line. You know, Coleman and that time Harris able to make another sensational play.
The senior Abby Dillon to serve.
Yep. That's a little strong that time. Maybe a little frustration that time by Haley Mullins. Just hit that just a little too hard. So here's Abby Dillon with the serve again. Just cleared the net. Good job by wrist, but not able to get it up and over, and Riverside will get the point on that. So it's a 10-point advantage. And it'll be Riley Smith that will serve now for the Riverside Warriors. Baker with it, and then Molly Smith. That's like a slam dunk in basketball.
Yes,
Molly Smith at the front of the net.
Watch the replay here. Great approach. Way to get on top of the ball.
So Skylar Jeffrey to serve again for Beckley. That's going to be a little strong.
Riverside's hitting the ball too strong.
Yeah, it seems like the little frustration maybe setting in as Beckley's opened up a 20-8 lead. Of course, you played a 25. You have to win by 2.
That is correct. You've learned much.
That is right. And as you say, you got to really communicate. Riverside, they're all like kind of standing around on that play, like looking at one another, and the
Who's
ball.
Who's going to get it?
Yeah,
No
and nobody.
Yeah.
So Beckley is really taking control of this first set in this match. This is set number 1 of the best 3 of 5. Baker with a good job. Dealing with the setup. There's Coleman at the net. And Beckley really in charge here, and they've taken command of this opening set.
They look more concise today. I don't know what it is. Like, they just seem more like all about teamwork, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, I think there's always a difference between your regular season game face and your postseason game face.
Yep.
And when I got to the gym here, all the Beckley girls, the coaches, it was like a quiet confidence, like they really had their game face on here tonight.
I can tell.
Not that Riverside does it, but Beckley maybe a little bit more experienced. There's Baker with the setup over to Dillon. And wrist. Good job by Riverside to be able to return that. And a great job at the net by Riverside.
Good block.
Campbell at the front of the net. So ready to serve it will be Haley Mullins for Riverside. Chief Ely is the coach of Riverside. Of course, Bree Rhodes, the coach of Beckley.
Good serve.
Yes, a good job for Baker to get down and get that. Dealing with the setup, and there's wrist. And, boy, that was hard to handle. His wrist able to get it over the net.
Watch the replay here. She had contact. The pass was made, but just a little too strong, hit into the ceiling. Came down too fast for him.
Yeah. So now here's a chance to take this first set. And Beckley will win the opening set by the score of 25-9, and they'll lead 1-0 in the best 3 of 5. But, you know, the game was tied right there, Morgan at 2, but then Beckley really took over. They opened up 7-2 lead, and they never looked back.
Yep, for sure. It was all Beckley from that point on.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll let Morgan and myself take a collective breath, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
You're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School here. I'm Maris Lowry with Morgan Brown, Class 4A, Region 3, Section 2 volleyball tournament. The best 3 of 5 set. Set number 1 goes to Beckley. They were dominant, winning 25-9. Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. And Luke Richmond is the realtor. And you can call Luke at 304-256-0101, or you can check them out at wvexitelevation.com. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. By the way, I'm going to have my pregame meal at Cracker Barrel Friday as Video Productions. Bill O'Brien and I will be calling the football game out at Shady Friday night. It'll be West Side and Shady. Bill and I will have that. And, of course, tomorrow night we'll have middle school football, and we will be at Independence, Eric Thomas and I, for a Shady Spring Middle against Independence Middle in the Raleigh County Middle School Football Championship, and we'll have that. But right now, that's football tomorrow night, Morgan, and on Friday night. But right now, it's volleyball time.
It's volleyball time, baby.
Yes.
I love volleyball time.
All right. So also, for people who don't know, Morgan is also an assistant girls basketball coach at Shady Middle. And may I say they were the championship team a year ago.
We were.
So you got to help defend that title. And I guess basketball practice is getting ready to start the next couple weeks, right?
Yeah. Our tryouts are November 4th and the 6th. So it's coming up. And then the boys follow the week right after.
So the 4th, that's Monday.
Yep, Monday.
Yeah. So you are going to be really busy, huh?
Really busy.
Yep.
Really busy, especially in all that Shady traffic.
Yeah. So I guess I hope we won't lose Morgan as an analyst, but I know Shady's gaining her as a coach.
Yeah.
Maybe
hey, I'll come to what I can.
I know you will. I was going to say maybe we can use like Taffy. We can stretch you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You might be too young to remember Taffy. Maybe you are, maybe you're not.
I am too young.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got too many of those older references. All right. So in the set 2, Beckley able to score right off the bat.
Harris had a great kill.
And there is Abby Dillon with the serve. Baker, Dillon, and wrist. I tell you, she had some great plays like that in the first set. Once again, wrist goes right to the net as we watch the replay.
Yep.
So here's Abby Dillon with a 2-0 lead. And like I said, just that ball was like in between. So Beckley off to a good start. They never trailed in the first set. They were tied at 2. Beckley went on to win 25-9 to lead 1-0. And that's a nice play by Riverside. Campbell with the play. And Riverside's on the board. So Morgan got asked how what are you looking at? I know we're volleyball, switching a little bit gears to basketball for your middle school team.
Yep.
Like I said, you guys won the county last year.
Yep.
So what's your expectations of what you guys for this season?
I think we're going to be okay. We lost a lot of our 8th graders that we are going to dearly miss, but I've got some returning players that know knowledge of the game, and are great girls, good girls on and off the court, and I think that they're going to be excited to kind of step into that leadership role this year when it was, the other girls last year.
Right.
And I think that we're going to be okay. I'm hoping for a repeat championship, at least be in the championship game. That's definitely the goal with these girls.
And back to volleyball once again. Wrist strong again. Reagan Wrist playing really good for Beckley. There's Jeffrey with the serve. And a little too strong on that. A little too much mustard on that one, huh?
A little too much mustard. I've heard that reference.
You've heard that reference? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Allison Williams serves for Riverside.
Good spot. Riverside able to recover.
Baker. And once again, Harris big at the net.
Right in between the two blocks.
Yeah, I have to remember the age gap, Morgan, between you and I, and things that I've referenced to. You give me these. That's why sometimes you give me these weird looks like, what the heck's he even talking about, right?
I just act like I know.
No, you don't. You look at me like, what the heck's he talking about? See, Morgan, when you start to work with somebody, you start to be able to read the body language and everything like that. All right, and
that was in.
Yep, and Abby Dillon was like, maybe I should have got that, or yep, that is in, and the point will go to Riverside.
Here's the replay here. Barely, but hit the line. And that's why the officiating people are here.
Right, that's right.
But ball don't lie.
Of course, the one thing too, they can't look at our video, but we do have video where for our producer and director, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, he can slow things down that you and I can see that is not when it's actually happening live. So we have that advantage, and of course we don't count. Beckley gets it over with a beautiful play by Hassan. So after Hassan able to score, she'll now serve. And, that's twice that's happened to Riverside, where the ball gets over the front line and falls in front of the back line.
Yep.
And you think that should probably should never happen.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit too separated from the front and the back line.
And I guess, as you talked about, there's where the communication comes in at. Nice
Great
play
block.
at the net, yes, by Coleman.
Again.
There's Baker. And Baker helps. Will she help be a point maker? She has all year. And Coleman and Riverside able to get it back across the net. Good job by Roberts there for Riverside. And Beckley getting it out of the net. Abby Dillon gets it over. That was a good volley, but Riverside not able to get the ball to clear the net.
Yep. That was the best effort that I've seen from Riverside. Just being able to get the ball back over and just back and forth. They really wanted that one. Maybe they can get this one.
Nice play there, time by Kylie Carson of Riverside. And
yep, they got it.
Yep, that's a little too strong.
Haley Mullins checking in for Riverside.
Well, this is set 2 of the best 3 of 5. Beckley leads 1-0. Beckley won the first set 25-9. They lead here 10-4. And Riverside not able to get the ball to clear the net. Molly Smith back in. Also Kendra Bailey checks back into the Beckley lineup.
Both
Bailey will serve. Yeah, with all the travel ball and the camps they go to anymore, it really doesn't matter what class you're in. You just got to play your best players. That's a nice job that time by the young lady, Haley Mullins, for Riverside. Now ready to serve for Riverside will be Allie Nelson. Riverside, the consolidation of East Bank and the old DuPont High School. Beckley scores again. Of course, DuPont, the home of Randy Moss. actually ran West Virginia. It was Randy Moss's home, but he played at DuPont.
My dad played against Randy Moss when he was in high school.
Yeah. Well,
My dad was a senior. Randy Moss was a freshman.
Freshman?
My dad said he dunked on him faster than
Well, I had the pleasure of taking Gene Neighbors from Beckley and Randy Moss to the Nike camp
Oh, really?
at the Chicago Bulls training facility.
That's awesome.
That was in 1994. That serve doesn't clear the net.
My dad also played against Jason Williams.
Jason Williams was on that team.
Was on the team with Randy
Right.
Moss.
And Bobby Howard was on that team that played in the NFL. There's Bailey able to get it across the net for Beckley. Now it's set up. And good
block.
job, Molly Smith. And Reagan Rist will check back in to the Beckley lineup as we watch the replay. Molly Smith, and she's had an outstanding year.
Yep, she's just a powerhouse at the net.
So here's Abby Dillon to serve it up. Good job once again by Rist.
Good block.
Great job by Riverside at the net.
But that was Beckley's point.
Yep.
Blocked it out of bounds. Here's the replay. It's a great block, but where the ball landed is just
And,
not where Riverside wanted
and I'm
it.
sure if you're Campbell, you're just getting to the net thinking, we're just trying to get the ball back across the net.
You cannot, like, whenever I played, I was a middle blocker too.
Right.
And you're just hoping to get contact on the ball. Sometimes you can't control where that block goes.
Yeah, the ball don't always go where you aim it,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
Yeah, I've learned that from playing pickleball. It don't always go where I aim it. Good hustle by Riverside to get the ball across the net. And Beckley that time not able to get the ball out of the net. So we got a football score, 14-7.
You love football scores. I'm excited for tomorrow night. My students where I teach at Shady, they're pumped up. Our boys are definitely pumped up to play Independence football. And I used to teach and coach at Independence, so it's kind of like a homecoming for me.
Yeah. So you kind of get maybe the best of both worlds there, right? Good play right at the net that time by Campbell for Riverside.
Good volley.
Yes, it is.
There's Molly.
Molly Smith.
Out of bounds.
Had the right idea, just a little too much on it.
Too much mustard, right?
Mustard, yes. Good job by both teams going to the net. There's Roberts, gets it over for Riverside, and Riverside able to get the point. And that's what Riverside needs to do to get back in it. They need to put together, a little momentum, 2 or 3 straight points.
I think they've got it. I mean, they're 9-14 now, inching their way a little bit closer.
And set to serve things will be Haley Mullins for Riverside, and that won't clear the net. So Jeffrey will check back in. Coleman will check back in. And Skylar Jeffrey will serve. Here comes the Jeffrey serve. Good is pretty much all the time when Jeffrey serves. They're pretty good serves. Dillon trying to set up at the front of the net. And Beckley able to get the point once again as Harris goes hard to the front of the net.
Riverside made contact, just can't control where that block goes.
Yep. Wrist.
Wow. Good kill by Wrist. It's so unfortunate when you're on the side that the pass gets too close to the net and they're going to come slamming it right back down on you. But for that one team that gets that slam, it feels so good.
And the point over to Riverside. Beckley has yet to trail. They led from beginning to end in the first set, and here in this set number 2, they've led from the very beginning. They've been tied, but they've never been behind. That's a real good hustle play that time by Riverside's Riley Smith. There's Coleman for Beckley. And that's going to be out of bounds right here to us. Before you got here, Morgan, during the warm-ups, we had a ball hit one of our equipment and knocked us off the air and bent a piece. But we never have to worry about anything because we have producer, director, jack of all trades, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. And as always, he pulls us out of the fire and gets us back on the air. See, that's why I gave him the nickname the heavy hitter.
That's right.
There's nothing he can't do. And Nick and I have had the pleasure, since I started video productions, Nick and I started together.
Right. Ooh.
And like I say, when you start working with somebody long enough, you kind of know their body language, their actions. There's things just like when you start playing with somebody, whatever it is, basketball, volleyball, you know where they're going to be, where the pass is, what to do, how to set them up. There's Riverside, for any team, if you're going to, you got to at least be able to get the ball over the net.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That's like the 6th or 7th serve that I've seen go into the net. And that's one thing that you really don't want to happen in high school volleyball, but especially like during this sectional tournament time.
Well, I mean, it's like giving points away because it's hard enough when you get the ball over the net to be able to win the volley, let it know if you don't clear the net.
Definitely some things that should not be happening. I think if they would get a lot of their serves over, this would be a much more different game.
Yeah, the one thing, and that goes back as well, no matter who you're playing, the teams are hard. They're hard enough to beat that you don't want to help them by not being able to clear the net.
Exactly.
Good job there by Jeffrey. Abby Dillon sets it up. And Beckley that time, Hassan couldn't quite get it over the net.
A little awkward for her.
Looked like she hit it a little further down on her wrist than maybe that she had wanted to.
She was kind of running after. She couldn't get a good enough approach on it. There's certain footwork that you need to have to get a good spike.
Right.
Like
wow.
That. Like that.
Yes. Alexis Coleman with a big-time play. Molly Smith and Kendra Bailey checking back in to the Beckley scheme of things. Yes, Kendra Bailey will now serve. Bailey ready. A little too strong. And Beckley in control with a 10-point lead. And looking to take a 2-set-to-none lead in this best 3 out of 5 match. Good job. Yeah, Riverside doing a great job. Riley Smith has played well. And Beckley with the point there.
Contact on the block.
Yes.
Watch the replay here. Riverside's just jumping a little bit too early on their blocks.
So here's Kendra Bailey with the serve.
The freshman. Good roll.
Yes, it was.
Good spot for Riverside.
And Riverside able to score. Yeah, speaking of Kendra Bailey, her dad and I have been to a couple Notre Dame games together. Her dad is a Beckley City policeman.
Okay.
A friend of mine sitting right behind us.
Okay.
So here's Riverside with the serve. And good job by Riverside.
Good spot.
It's Allie Nelson on the serve.
Beckley just needs 2 more points to secure this win.
But that's what I say, when you're up like they are 23-14, you don't want to allow Riverside back in the game and give them any momentum.
Right.
And Riverside, they feel that here's the time where they got to get something going. Molly Smith to the net, and she hit it with her left hand, or it looked like her offhand on this play, and not able to get it across the net. So, that's how a rally starts. You get a point here, you get a point there. Next thing you know, sometimes they come in bunches, and that's what Riverside's looking to do. And Molly Smith says, a little too strong. She had the right idea, and now Riverside, Morgan has now scored 3 in a row. Cut the 10-point lead to 7. Young lady over there, Allie Nelson, got to go run the ball down.
Yeah.
Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. This is the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 volleyball tournament. The regions are next week, and the state tournament the week after that. Riverside able to score again.
Only down by 6 now.
Yeah, they scored 4 in a row. Like I said, it starts with 1, then 2, then you try to get them in bunches. That one just cleared the net.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You know, when that serve came across, I didn't think it was going to make it. It is barely cleared the net. And now here's Baker to try to maybe put the exclamation point on this.
I just watched Molly Smith. See, normally you don't want that to happen. You don't want to give the other team a free opportunity, like with the pass like that.
Right.
But she looked over the coach. She said, well, it worked.
And now that definitely worked as Molly Smith able to slam it home, and Beckley get the win 25-17, and they take a 2-0 lead. We'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll have the third set of this match coming up next here on Video Productions.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate. When we think about substance use disorder in our communities, we can use this as an example of how to work together. It may seem small, but in creating this mural, everyone played a role in breaking through stigma and turning this wall into something vibrant and meaningful. This is a huge sign of support, solidarity, and love. When it comes to how we think about recovery, it takes all of us to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
My name is Lizzie Hess, and I am a cosmetologist in Taze Valley, West Virginia. The Jumpstart Savings Program is a career savings account, and it just helps to save money so that you can invest in yourself or invest in products that you would need with whatever technical career you're currently in.
The Jumpstart Savings Program is celebrating skilled workers and offers state tax advantages while you save for future expenses.
Having funds to be able to supply anything that I need is awesome.
Find out if a Jumpstart Savings account is right for you. Take the quiz today.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. Tonight's matches are brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night from 10 o'clock to midnight. They have the music, the glowing lanes, the light show, the fog, all the door prizes, just $15 a person. And you don't really need reservations, but reservations are recommended, and you can call them at 304-253-7328 for reservations. Also, tonight's matches are brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and State Farm agent Scotty Brown in Shady Spring will take care of all your needs. You can dial him up 681-238-6130. So Morgan, we are at set number 3 of the best 3 of 5. Beckley wins the first set of the match 25-9 for the 1-0 lead. They win that one 25-17. So Riverside, from only scoring 9 in the first, made an improvement to get to 17, but Beckley's got off to a good start. If you're Riverside, especially right here where this could be the whole match, you got to get off to a good start. You can't afford to get too far behind.
Yep. Maybe that'll be a game changer here.
As Abby Dillon gets things started. And
a little bad angle on that one.
That's the first time in these first 3 sets that Riverside has had a lead.
Yep. I'm sure they hope to keep it.
So set to serve is Riley Smith for Riverside. Good job at the net.
Good catch.
Now if I can figure who to throw it to. Good thing it ended basketball. I'd have shot it. And you know, all the goals are up.
The goals are up.
But that wouldn't keep me from shooting it, if you know me. And we're all leaving it 1-1. I was able to hand it to Abby's mom, Lauren Dillon, assistant coach at Beckley. Baker with that. Good hustle.
Try.
Baker was able to, or not able to, she made a play, a good play, but then thought that maybe that Harris could save it, but she couldn't. And Riverside regains the lead. Good job, Abby Dillon, getting that out of the net. And then Baker just able to swat it over to tie the game. I don't know the actual terminology you would call that. It looked like a swat to me.
Yeah.
Here's the serve, and it gets just across the net.
Those right there is what I like.
That's like a slam dunk in basketball. Coleman right at the front of the net as we watch the replay.
It's unfortunate for the team that does it, but the ones that get it right on top of that net, iconic.
So here's the Beckley serve. Jeffrey in there on the play. Coleman. That's going to be tough for Riverside to get that one back, and they're not able to. And Beckley's extended the lead. So after Beckley was down 2-1, they've now scored 3 in a row.
Now it's Harris to serve.
And Harris ready. That was a nice play that time by Mullins for Riverside, and wrist, but it's going to be out of bounds, and Riverside will get the point that time. So this is
Baker's checking back in the libero for Beckley.
This is the third set of the best 3 out of 5. Beckley up 2-0 and trying to win the match here with a sweep right here. Set up right there, and a nice play by Riverside, but Beckley able to get it and get the ball back across the net, but that time a little too strong, and Riverside able to tie the game. So it'll be Allison Williams to serve it for Riverside. Jeffrey there, Abby Dillon.
Great play by Beckley.
Abby Dillon to set up.
Oh, tried tripping him up.
And wrist, able to hammer it down.
Oh, they called out of bounds.
So they're going to give the point to Riverside.
Here's the replay. I don't know if I agree with that one.
Of course, we don't count.
Wow.
That time, there's no question about that.
No, there's not. Woo.
The wrist has a seat. And it'll be Hassan set to serve for Beckley.
Good pass by Riverside. Oh, good job, Riverside. Beckley had the block, just came right down on their side.
And you know, your Riverside, you're facing not elimination, but going into the loser's bracket if you don't win this set, because you'll lose the match. So you just got to try to stay ahead and not try to play from behind, which they had to in those first 2 sets.
Little scramble here.
And that time, Hassan not able to get it across the net. And that serve a little too strong. And, that's the thing, Morgan, we talked about. If you serve it too strong or you don't get it across the net, those are chances you don't even get to even have a chance to volley. Those are like points that you just give away.
Yep, definitely shouldn't be as happening as it has been tonight. Those little mistakes with serves into the net, out of bounds.
Yeah, and especially when you're looking at, Riverside came in as the 3rd seed. They came in as out of the 3 teams, the bottom seed.
Yep.
And they still got a good team, but still, when you're 3 of 3, you can't afford to make maybe those type of plays, those type of mistakes.
Yep.
Good job that time by Baker, and then Molly Smith. And Molly Smith does what she does, and right there is what she does. And she does that well as we watch the replay. Molly Smith getting to the net. Great setup by Abby Dillon, and Molly Smith throwing it down.
Freshman to serve.
So here's Kendra Bailey. I'm not sure what the holdup is. They blew the whistle. Beckley has regained the lead. I guess one of the volleyballs got loose and didn't want that to obviously roll out on the court while they're playing. Could be asking for a major injury, which nobody wants that.
Wow, 2 great serves in a row.
Bailey.
For the freshman.
So back on a little run here, scored 4 in a row. Kendra Bailey ready. And Riverside not able to get the ball back across the net. So it's a 5-0 run for Beckley after being down 7-5 to now have a 10-7 lead. There's Bailey with the serve. Nice job that by Roberts for Riverside. Good play there by Isaacs for the Warriors. That perhaps a little too strong, and it is, and Riverside will get the point. So it'll be Riverside. They'll get the serve. It'll be Haley Mullins to do that. Baker, a nice little dig down to get that. And Molly Smith, like I said, just a tomahawk. As Harris will get back into the Beckley scheme of things. Here
Riverside just hit it into the ceiling there.
Yep.
Came down too fast.
There's Baker with the serve.
It's so hard to readjust on those.
Yes.
Beckley's on a little bit of a run here. Number 4, London Baker. She's only a junior. I'm telling you, Beckley's going to be powerhouse for the next couple years.
And out. Let's see, what are they calling here?
They called it out of bounds. So do you see that antenna on the sides here? Yep. If it goes past that antenna, they called it out of bounds. The refs do.
So you were on top of that, Morgan. I appreciate that. See, I knew when I asked you to do this, you had to help me make sure that I don't drive the bus off the road. So I was swerving a little bit, and you had to grab the wheel and swing it back. And I appreciate you doing that. As you well know, I need all the help I can get.
Good block, Beckley.
It was good block. There's Riverside getting it across the net. Baker, Abby Dillon now. And is that in? It is. And Harris, with force, able to score the point for Beckley.
I can teach you something else. You know how they're saying free a bunch? That means that the ball on the other side is coming over a little bit easier. It's not going to be a kill. It's not going to be a roll or anything like that, or a dink. It's coming over much easier, so it's free. This should be a free ball. This should be us setting it up, getting us for a kill. That's why they call it free.
Is that newer terminology, or has that always been in the game for a while?
Since I was in school, when I played volleyball, it was the thing. So.
Well, that was like last month when you were in high school? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only kidding. But I do have, there's quite an age gap between Morgan and myself. Good hustle by both teams. Riverside gets the point. You know, I have to realize, like back in my day, Morgan, there were certain terminologies and certain things, and some of that still is in play today. But also, as things change, and there are some things that may not be in play.
Heads up.
Yep, it was coming our way, and you know, that's one thing our producing director got to save the equipment, the heavy hitter, Nick Eskins. He's ready to throw his body out in front of the equipment. So here is Beckley with the serve. And that ball is hit a little too strong for Riverside, and Beckley able to get the point. Abby Dillon with the serve. Nice job by Riverside to dig. We just couldn't quite get to it. That was a nice play by Mullins, but she wasn't able to get it over the net. And then also good hustle by Carissa McGraw.
See, when you're trying to pass the ball, you're trying to get it to your setter, but sometimes you pass it too close to the net where they can't get it, and it's just kind of awkward. So it's either you hope it goes over or you hope you get it right to the setter. And Harris with the kill.
And Beckley's opened this up to a 9-point advantage. So it's a 19-10 lead. And here's Abby Dillon.
See, again, awkward.
Right.
For the setter. Couldn't get to it. Ball, unfortunately, goes into the net.
And I think
Not
Beckley,
easy to recover.
I think Beckley can smell it now.
Yeah.
They lead 2-0. I can
5
see.
points away.
Yeah, I can see some of the fans behind us getting the broom out, trying to sweep up a little bit. They would sweep up this match 3-0. And Beckley will get the point on that. So what we're going to do at the conclusion, if Beckley does hang on and win and they're up 21-10, they'll sweep this match. We won't carry the Riverside Oak Hill. They'll play a match, the best 3 out of 5, and then the winner of that has to come back and beat Beckley initially, Morgan, 6 times.
Yeah.
Got to beat him 3 times in the first match and then 3 times in the next match. And it's hard to beat him once, let alone think you got to try to beat him like 6 times.
Yep.
So the lead's 22-10.
Free ball.
And of course, when they went to 4 classes, Morgan, it changed. That's why there's only 3 teams in this particular, section.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, man, Beckley, they've always been good. Whenever I played for Shady, we were AAA, and we always played Beckley. We'd always get knocked out right before.
Of course, Shady, they're in AAA. They're playing Green Prairies tomorrow for their sectional title.
It'll be a good game. I know it's like, which one do I go to, football or volleyball?
And Beckley now just a point away from getting the broom out and making a complete 3-0 to take the match. Set and match.
I'm over it. Like, Beckley's just, good at volleyball. I mean, it's fine.
Yep.
I don't keep myself up at night over anything. It's fine.
Abby Dillon not able to get the ball across the net there, so a point for Riverside, and Riverside will get the serve. Here's Aubrey Roberts to serve for Riverside.
Good serve.
And a nice play that time by Bailey. And that time, didn't want to go hard with the slam.
I think she was trying to hit that hole right behind the blockers, but.
So here comes the Riverside serve. Abby Dillon sets it up, and there's Molly Smith, and that will get the set and the match, and Beckley will win it 25-12, and that will conclude, like I said, the set and the match. They'll win the match 3-0. So Beckley wins the first set 25-9. Then they win the second one 25-17, and then the final one 25-12. We'll take a quick break, wrap this one up, and then we'll tell you what we got coming up ahead, and we'll do that here after this break here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Morgan Brown. This is the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 volleyball tournament. It's the best 3 of 5 set, and Beckley's able to get the 3-0 and win the match. They defeated Riverside 25-9, 25-17, 25-12. Morgan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just thought Beckley looked really good tonight. I really think that they communicated well, and they were able to execute their plan to, basically get the ball up high at the net and kill it. I mean, they did. And it wasn't just one particular person. I think they all played really well. I think that they worked as a team, and I think they are probably heading to the state tournament, in my opinion.
Well, so here's what's going on now. Now, the next match will be Riverside and Oak Hill. It's elimination, so whoever doesn't win this match is eliminated. Now, Riverside won the first match 3-0. They won 25-22, 26-24, and 25-23, so they're all tight.
Right.
So the winner of this coming up match between Riverside and Oak Hill, which we will not broadcast, will take on Beckley. They'll have to beat Beckley essentially 6 times. They'll have to win the first match and have to get to 3 games and win that, and then if they do that, they'll have to beat them again.
Right.
So we're figuring a good half an hour to 40 minutes. We'll be back, and we will have Beckley taking on the winner of this, whoever this may be.
Yep.
So we'll have our final thoughts and your last thoughts on this one, Morgan, before we say our goodbyes and get ready for Beckley to take on the winner here.
I think this game will definitely be a good one. I think that Beckley's looking pretty strong. I really do.
So Beckley will get the rest and take on the winner. Like I said, it'll be probably a 40-minute break. Just continue to check back on Video Productions on Facebook, and we'll have all the play-by-play of Beckley in a best 3 out of 5 set against the winner of this match between Oak Hill and Riverside. So right now, for the heavy hitter Nick Eskins, for Jackie Moon on camera, for Morgan Brown, I'm Maris Lowry. Talk to you in about, say 40, 45 minutes here on Video Productions.